Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Blindfold Off Podcast, where we take off our blindfolds and open our eyes to new views, topics, and discussions. My name is Emmanuel Luan Kamdang, and
I am Ernest Armenta the fourth.
The fourth is really important.
The most important part, actually, because all the way up to my great grandfather, the first, middle name, and the last name are literally all the same. But the only way that you can literally tell the difference is between age. So we're all Ernest Hector Armenta.
You're all Ernest Hector Armenta.
Yeah, so it's Ernest Hector Armenta 1, Ernest Hector Armenta 2, 3, 4, and so on.
So are you going to name your kid Ernest then to keep it going?
You got to, bro. Like you got to.
Keep the streak
I think
going.
The person that kept it going the most got up to 6.
Dang.
Got up to 6.
Oh, and then it reset?
And how does it reset? You have a girl? You only have girls, right? Yeah, how does it reset? You only have girls, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that. So anyways, guys, on a little tangent.
Yeah.
This week, I started my new job at the fragrance outlet, smelling colognes and all that. And we're really, really excited for what's coming. We have a couple new guests scheduled. So just a little preview there. USA paraplegic wheelchair rugby champions and trainees. So that's really interesting. So they competed in the London Games, and they competed in Beijing. I think Lee just came back from Colombia because he was competing in nationals for the wheelchair rugby. So we have that going for you guys, and I'm pretty excited to have a conversation with them, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy it.
It's going to be very exciting. Very,
very exciting. So, Emmanuel, what have you been up to this week?
What I've been up to this week, by the time this episode is out, I have released new merch for Lucid Dreamer. Check it out right now. Link in the description, link in my bio. Follow me on Instagram to see it there at Emmanuel LKD. Really excited for it. Y'all on YouTube, y'all see the merch. But on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you guys just got to imagine it.
All right, no more shameless plugs for this video. No more shameless plugs. All right.
Special guest.
Our special guest.
Welcome.
All the way from New York.
New York.
We have the Diego Ramirez.
What's going on, guys?
Clap.
What's going on?
What's up? Nah, man, no.
How you really feel?
I feel great, man. By the time this podcast comes out, probably, I would have performed at the Duplex Cabaret in New York City. I'm opening for one of my friends, actually, so that's really exciting. And just the whole weekend, the whole lineup for this weekend is great. We have the podcast today, the concert tomorrow, Wrestlemania on Sunday. So it's an event. It's a very event-filled weekend, and just feeling good about the entire thing.
That's exciting.
That's awesome, man.
It is, yeah.
How many would this be your, let's say, like your 10th time performing on stage in front of people, or?
I don't know if we're up to 10 yet.
But are you like a seasoned vet, basically? Like, what makes you feel good? What?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm like a professional performer, but I definitely, I kind of have figured out the kind of energy I want to give off on stage. So the set list for tomorrow is really just the songs that most people know, and I am doing a brand new one that literally maybe only 2 people have heard. So that's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. Yeah. So
yeah.
When you're releasing a song, are you like looking for people in the crowd to like make sure it hits, or is it, or what?
Releasing or performing it?
Well, because you're doing both, so let's say just performing.
Oh, for the new song.
A new song, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a new song. They've never heard it before, so.
Yeah. So definitely, I think it's what stresses me out the most is not knowing how people will receive it. but I go with my gut feeling. I feel comfortable and confident that this song will be received well. So I'm going with that while performing it. I did have rehearsals a couple days ago, and I don't know if it was the fact that it was in an empty crowd or the fact that it was just rehearsals. My voice was all over the place, so that's kind of stressing me out as well. But the recorded version of the song sounds good, and I'm just ready to perform that song as well. Add it
Yeah,
to
I
the
bet.
catalog.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like you're so excited to get it over with thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy because
Yeah.
this song isn't coming out until like December, maybe even January, February of next year. But I'm starting off the process of the next project with this song. Matter of fact, by the time this comes out, I would have probably already announced, and you guys are basically getting an exclusive here. So April 22nd, April 22nd, I'm releasing a full-on, well, not maybe a full-on because there is English, but I'm doing two Spanish songs. It's a re-release of I have a re-release of an old song from 2016, remastered, rewritten. Everything's like fresh while still keeping the old chorus, and I have a brand new song that's just waiting to come out.
Yeah, I just thought of something, but Emmanuel, do you think it's weird that all your friends are Hispanic?
I know. That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking too. Because in our group chat,
Me,
I'm the
Diego,
minority.
Angelo, Carlos.
It's like you, Ernie, Diego, Angelo, Anthony.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. I just thought of it right now. I was like, it's crazy how we're all Hispanic and you're the only one Asian. Respectfully.
man. Respectfully.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So when you're performing, do you kind of know like the nerves you get? Like you're already like expecting?
Yeah. Like I've told people before, I get more nervous performing in front of a small crowd rather than a large crowd.
Really?
Like you can give me 10 people and I won't know what to do. And because I performed in front of 10 people and I performed in front of 700. Give me the 700 and I will not have a problem at all. Give me 10 and you have me running all over the place, not knowing what to do. Because in front of 700, you don't have to look at everybody in the eye. But in front of 10, it's such a smaller crowd. And obviously it's more intimate. So you get the
That makes
reaction
sense.
kind of more
Yeah.
direct. Yeah. And having to look at everyone in the eye. And that's kind of where I kind of lose myself. So
and it's kind of like a lot of pressure on you to kind of perform and satisfy those people, especially since there's not so many of them.
Yeah,
Right.
like because
That makes sense.
Because in a way, it's like with a smaller crowd, you have to get them hyped. There's no one else around them to really get them hyped.
Exactly.
Because with a big crowd, when like how people work, when you see 500 people get hyped, you get hyped. But if
Right.
10 people, you only see one person getting hyped, it's kind of awkward if the 9 other people aren't hyped.
Yeah. And with 10 people, like you can kind of notice if they're paying attention or not, and not that it's never really discourages me because at a show, you're going to get distracted. You're going to hop on your phone. You're going to start talking to friends around you, people you don't know around you. So that doesn't bother me as much. But you just notice little things, whether people are going out to going to the back, getting a drink at the bar, things like that. But you do notice it more with 10 people. And like Emmanuel said, 500 people, it's just, you're looking into the light rather than looking into everyone's eyes.
You can kind of tell if they're focused on you too. Like,
right. Yeah.
That's interesting. 10 people.
Yeah.
So, it's terrifying, dude. It's terrifying. I had a virtual show 2 years ago.
So you kind of did it over Zoom?
I did it on Facebook Live.
Live. Okay.
Yeah, I did it on Facebook Live. And that's when I think the cases were coming back up. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I wasn't sure if it was going to be virtual or not, or if it was going to be with the live audience or whatever. But point is, I ended up bringing in, I think, 10 of my closest friends, 10, 11, 12 in the audience. And I had myself, we set up a whole Mac with the mic and everything. We had he's not my roommate anymore, but he was my roommate before. But I've been making videos with him for years, since like 2014. So he was doing photography behind the scenes, and 2 other friends opened up for me. And, it was like a real concert, but it was virtual. And when it came to that, I wasn't looking at the crowd really. I was looking at the camera, at the Mac, because I'm really performing for the people who are watching, who tuned in. And my friends are there. I mean, obviously I'm performing for them as well, but they're gonna help me get
You
hype.
up, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
interesting like mindset to think about, because when me and Emmanuel did our podcast between ourselves and we're kind of talking to like a fake audience, we kind of have to imagine like we're actually talking to a single person,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because or else it sounds awkward.
It
Yeah.
does.
It
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
awkward because you're not. You kind of got to talk in like the third person a little bit too,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're talking to somebody that's not there, so you kind of got to use your imagination too.
Mm-hmm.
And since somebody's not there, you kind of make up these thoughts of what they're gonna do and how they're gonna feel
What they
and all that
think
type of
about
You have to
stuff.
assume,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And
We kind of
it's
put those
tough.
assumptions, and sometimes they're not even real pressures. We kind of just do it mentally
It's
because
just
we're harder on
imaginary
ourselves
pressures.
than anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so interesting.
It's normal though. Like,
So how did the setup look? So were you on like a big stage and there was just like one camera right in front of you and you were just like, like
so it was not a stage. It was in my backyard. We
oh,
had
okay.
we had string lights, I believe, in the back, but that was like the lights were already part of my backyard. Like it's hung up. Well, I do have a black backdrop. Well, not even a backdrop, actually. It's a fabric. It's just regular black fabric. We hung it up. I used it for photo shoots that I had before for my album covers.
Mhm.
And so we hung that up. We have gold letters that we hung up. It was the name of my album, No Regrets. So we hung that up in the back, and we had lights. What we do? We hung up like 3 different lights on the left. If you're the audience, it was on the left. So 3 different lights. We had light gels in red, blue, and pink, and we had those just changing colors throughout the set. I had a canopy as well. I think that's the right word. I think it's a canopy. Yeah, I had a canopy set up in the already, and that was basically backstage. So the 2 other people that opened up, I think I could mention Carlos. So Carlos was Seiron. He was backstage helping me out. My other friend was helping me out as well. Carlos helped me do fog. It was really nice. It was as if it were a real concert, but I'm like we had to do the best that we could do.
Yeah.
Live music was
Yeah.
not back, and it was far from coming back at that time. So
Emmanuel, do you feel the same way? Like, do you kind of get nervous in front of crowds? Because I remember seeing you once, and that was at the talent show?
Yeah, the
for
talent
wrestling.
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. How
Do
was
you
that?
get really nervous too, or is it?
I guess it depends on I guess it just depends on whether you do care or don't care. Like not to say it lightly, but it's like when I did perform at the talent show, I didn't care how people perceived me. I just knew that I wanted to have fun, and I think it's important to think about it's just you on the stage. Just instead of imagining, you know, a pressure that doesn't exist, imagine just you in your room or just dancing in front of your mirror, because I'm sure we all do this. Like we hop
Oh,
out
of
the shower,
course.
flex
Of
a little
course.
bit, and start dancing in the mirror.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll be looking too big sometimes. I'm like, I take a little extra. I'm like, damn, look at that tricep though. And I just take a little
Bro,
extra.
honestly,
I take a little extra time.
Bro, honestly, after a workout and then
Oh,
when you
that
hop in the
pump.
shower and then you leave the shower, bro, you're just like, look at my pecs, look
Yeah.
at my muscles, man. It feels good.
So I kind of want to go back to what you were saying about like the type of like you kind of don't care, but you do care.
Mhm.
There's like levels to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
of course you do care what people think about you because that's basically how people live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, yeah.
that's how people live, and
We
that's how
always
your
care,
music-
right?
Yeah, that's how your music's gonna be successful. But you
Mhm.
kind of got to psych yourself to a point where it's like, I don't care like about the outcome. I'm just loving what I'm doing.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Because it's
And that's
hard
what it's
not.
turned to.
Yeah, it's hard not to think about like people liking you or not, because people in society giving you that feedback is how we grow as people too. Like, you know what I mean? And you never
Yeah.
want to be embarrassed or look stupid because then you're just an outcast. You know what I mean?
Right. And I mean, I don't know about I don't know if Emmanuel gets this or not. But since I mean, when I began making music, dude, I was 14 years old, you know, and I had terrible software. I did not know what I was doing. Terrible. Everything was like just off. It was terrible. And at 14, you know, we're still developing and everything. We still care. We really care about what people think of us then. So I was releasing songs. Looking back, like obviously I'm like older now. I listen to them now and I'm like, whoa, these really were that bad, if not worse than what they were telling me. But at the time, I thought they were great, you know. I'm like, or not great, but like better. And people, you know, they kept shooting it down the entire time. Like, oh no, you know, like this is terrible, this is whack, blah blah, whatever. And that's something that comes with, I want to say, the industry, because you're always going to have people just shooting you down. I don't know if, again, Emmanuel's music, dude, is incredible. Like, I really do like Emmanuel's music. And yeah, no, dude, it's great. So look, if I were to listen, I would not be able to send hate messages to him, because this man is putting in the work. And I understand I don't have the best music, whatever, or here and there. But within the industry, people will always be sending you like dumb messages. Like they'd say, actually, I got one recently. They're like, oh, like your music's whack, whatever, from I don't know what account it was, you know, but they sent me something and I looked at it. I was like, yeah, delete. Like, I just did not care. I just deleted it because you gotta kind of have thick skin, and it's easier said than done, because after I deleted it, I mean, I blocked the account too, because I don't want any negativity. You know, if it's creative feedback, I've listened to creative feedback many times. When I was getting Emmanuel on a track for the last project, he told me, like, I really like it. And that's creative feedback that we need to make sure we keep improving. But when they're like, oh, it's whack or this and that, at the moment, like, yeah, I don't really care. But after it was deleted, I was like, oh, damn, you know, like for the rest of like that weekend, it kept going through my head. I'm like, damn, am I really like there? Am I really that bad? Really not that bad? Because
I know exactly how you feel, dude.
Because you get a lot of positive messages from people, and those really help you out. But all it takes is one negative message, and it discourages you completely. And I was like, yeah, I really don't like I saw it. I'm like, oh, let me delete it. And I had to really like tell myself, I'm like, the music could be great, it could be whack, it doesn't matter. Just know that you're doing it because you like it. And then I let my headlining show kick into my head that I had in November. And like, people paid to come to my concert, or to Carlos and I's concert. They paid for us, you know, so we cannot be that bad, or we cannot be whack if people are paying to come see us. So I just gotta let that sink in, and like you kind of brush it off, and it's what comes with it. So it comes to a point where you care and you don't care. But I think it's best sometimes if you don't care, if it's like messages like that, and like feedback that I got from Emmanuel that time. Like, I'm like, damn, no, this I care about. Like, we got to get this fixed, because this is gonna help me improve, rather than just to, you know, shoot us down. And
it's interesting that you say that, because in a way, necessarily all of that's feedback, and it's kind of recognizing what feedback is the right feedback.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, adding on to that with what you said, is that there's like, for me, I love it when people tell me why they like it and why they don't like it. You know, like, there has to be more than, oh, I don't like this, or, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I like to hear I like this, but I want to know why you like it, so that I can keep producing that same fruit, or keep, you know, doing the same thing, or even better.
Yeah, right. Like, it's actual feedback that you can use to either grow or adjust your sound or things like that.
So how did you come to that realization where you were like, kind of you got to that point, you're like, damn, was my music really that ass? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was it bad? Because I feel like at a point when you realize that, there's a sort of embarrassment, and you kind of get like super self-conscious. You're like, dang, everybody was right and I didn't listen to them. Was it really that bad? And you just kind of get in your head a little bit.
Right. Yeah. I want to say it's recent too. I want to say, well, maybe not anymore. It's about 5 years ago that I was listening to my music, and I'm like, yeah, like, this is not Like, what was I thinking? Matter of fact, these songs came out in 2012. I listened to them when I recorded them, when I released them, and never listened to them again. So I kind of had to become aware about it. I'm like, why am I not going back and listening to my old songs? I have to, and if I want to grow, and I had to let it sink in. I'm like, the reason I'm not going and listening to those songs is because they were not that good, and I took them down off YouTube already, took them down off SoundCloud, because I don't want to hear that. That's still part of my legacy. Like, that's not going to change, but it's not, I just don't want that out in the world. This is one song that it's called Smoke Money, and the title's so dumb. It's called Smoke Money. I was aiming for like the gangster kind of rap type of thing. And dude, as much as I don't like the song, it became a huge hit locally within my school and within my neighborhood. And like, that nickname Smoke Money carried on with me all of high school and even part of college. They're like, "Oh, Smoke Money." I was like, "Oh, cool, great." That's not me though. Yeah, but that song, when it came out, it was just like, it felt weird, because I'm like, I would never listen to it again. And then so this year makes 10 years since I've been doing music, and I had to go back, and I was like, all right, like, I have the original instrumental, let's do something with it, because it was a very iconic song. So I'm like, let's do something with it. It's been 10 years, let's move past it. And in a way, like, let's move past all the negativity, and let's re-release it in a much more professional, much more structured kind of way. And that's what I did. So the song is now, it's been part of my legacy in the past, and now it's solidified in my current discography as a song that exists, rather than just pushing it to the side. I have songs.
So how old are you when you made Smoke
Money?
Smoke Money.
I was 14.
Okay,
14 years
so
old.
Yeah. So how much? So you 20?
I'm 23, turning 24 in 2 weeks, actually.
Okay.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Yeah, so we're both 21.
Thank you.
And so that's kind of funny, because in, what is it, 2014?
Yeah.
2012.
2012.
Yeah, the music changed, like, you know what I mean? Especially your preferences and stuff too, and you're interested.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to give yourself a little room too.
Yeah. I had to grow. I had to adjust. I had to make sure that
give yourself a little room, and you kind of you adjusted with the times, and you developed as a person too. And that's probably how you felt like your music really changed.
Yeah, because people still like, I still like I talk to people. They're like, yo, bro, like you're a rapper or whatever, blah blah. And I'm like, no, not really.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call myself a rapper anymore, because I don't. Maybe I never was, but it never like grabbed my attention like that. I've always liked pop music, and the reason I started making music, even though it was because of rock, I always had that desire to be in pop. And I want to say it was 2019 when I was really focusing on my No Regrets project, that I said, let's really discover your sound here. I took all of 2019, released a single a month, and to kind of grow my sound. And I managed to find out that rapping is cool and all, and I'll do it here and there, but it's not, I don't like it as much as I like doing vocals, like, that flow nicely. I'm not the best singer, and maybe I can't sing. But
so do you not like it because of the reception you got from like your audience, or did you not like it just because of like the effort you're putting into the project?
I feel like pop music just comes out more naturally, and and it's something that I would much rather listen to as well. I don't really listen to a lot of hip hop or rap or anything anymore. I mean, obviously the sounds have, like, the genre has changed a lot. It's no longer the Eminems or the Lil Waynes or the old school Drake. It's now who we got, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi. Uzi's great. Don't get me wrong. These are great artists too, here and there, but it's not the same genre. And old school won't work in new school all the time, And yeah, like it's just not fulfilling to me as much. And there is one song, and huge shout out to Emmanuel, dude, because when we have a song together called For the Squad, and to this day, like, that's one song that I always like have to listen to, like, maybe once a month or something, dude, because that song, it was received extremely well. It did extremely well at the concert that I had. if only Emmanuel was there, man. But at the concert that I had, like that, just my verse and the chorus, it helped bring people, like it hyped it up. The lights were like going off and everything. It feels
fire.
good. Yeah.
You
So
kind of
that
got that moment and you got a high and you want to experience that again. You know what I mean?
I'm still
So I
coming down from
definitely,
that high.
yeah,
I remember
definitely.
when, or
No, you go ahead.
okay, yeah, like I remember when Diego he hit me up. He said, "Yo, Emmanuel, if only you were here, man." Like he said, I think he said it was either before the show or after the show, or maybe both times. He asked me like, "Hey, man, if only you were here for the squad performance, it would be
Yeah.
hype." And then afterwards, I think you texted me again, like, "Yo, that was so hype. It was so life changing."
Yeah, dude. That and look, that's 2018. That's almost 4 years ago, dude. I think that came out in June. It's almost been 4 years since that song came out, and the fact that it has somewhat solidified itself in my discography, it's great. It's great to have that one song in it. Like I have songs on that project that I'm not too proud of anymore because it's either they weren't mixed well or the lyrics are kind of weird or whatever. It's just not me anymore. But that song throughout the years has carried on to be a solidified. I guess I'll call it a hit. Like I really do think that this song is one of those hit songs um that have made her name in my discography as well.
That's
For
dope,
me,
man.
one of the like songs that hit really well, I think it was The Great Gatsby from
That
Emmanuel.
song was great.
And that one hit different, and I want to know like kind of the things Emmanuel felt because they probably similar to you.
Yeah, with The Great Gatsby, that was my first song with a female artist. And the thing with female artists is that music with their vocals just hits different. It's so
Yes.
smooth. Shout out to Misha on The Great Gatsby. She killed her part. And it's just
Misha is super nice. She's a great person. Shout out to Misha.
shout out Misha.
Shout out Misha.
It's just like it's different, especially when you're writing together in the moment, because like from what I've experienced, writing your own part and then sending it to someone else and then having them write it, it doesn't really work the same. Whereas when you're
Doesn't
in person and writing it together, I feel like all of the best songs come when you're in the moment in the studio together, writing, trying to like reflect off of each other, give each other some tips on how you could sing it better.
right.
Because if we were to just record it in two separate rooms, I guarantee you it would not hit the same.
No,
No.
not at all. And
You kind
yeah,
of find yourself in the zone, right? In the zone, and you're just writing, and like everything's perfect. And I'm gonna relate it back to sports because I'm not an artist like you guys, because you guys are super
Right.
cool and stuff. But
Stop at you.
but for me, in order to get in the zone, it was kind of like tunnel vision. Like you really didn't focus on anything going on. It was more so like at the task at hand, and
yeah,
it was kind of everything was just flowing and flowing, and you're calm and everything's flowing properly in the way it's supposed to be. And I feel like the zone, if people were to get into it more often, a lot more good would happen.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, so like, what do you guys feel like is your zone? Like when you're writing, like you just get into the space and you're just like, you're just writing.
Yes and no. Yes and no. It really depends because
No, like what is your zone?
I
Because
mean, no,
everybody has a zone. Like,
because what you said that you just get like sit down and start, or at least for me, sit down and start writing. It works sometimes. It really works on the kind of mood that you're in. Because
Mhm.
if when I was writing one of my albums, sitting down and writing was not working because it just I had a writer's block or something was going on. It would not work. So I feel like the zone would really be just what for me is just don't think about anything really and just let the words come to you in a way.
Mm.
Because if you force it, you're gonna make bad music or you're gonna do a bad job,
Yeah.
And we'll go to sports as well. In baseball because I used to play baseball growing up. If I'm like, okay, no, like I have to hit it, I have to hit it, I have to hit it, I have to hit the ball. It's like you're putting too much pressure on yourself, and then when you end up not hitting the ball, you walk out disappointed,
Mhm.
And it's more of you got to go in. I go in with the mindset like, all right, I'm here, let's have fun. If I hit it, great. If I don't, it's a game, it's a sport, and it may and usually when you're less stressed out, that's when you perform your best work. And that's what happened in baseball, at least for me.
I agree with that too.
Mhm.
Manuel, do you feel like you have like a zone like you get in?
Yeah, I would say just kind of adding on to what Diego said, it really depends on the context of how you're feeling in the moment. If you're very depressed or if you just went through a heartbreak, then your feelings or you'll look at the page or you'll look at your phone and then you'll just start letting out any of your emotions or thoughts. I mean, that's what I did for one of my songs, Obvious. For one of my songs, Obvious, I just wrote down everything I was feeling. And
Mhm.
then I looked at it and then I'm like, I'm going to make this a song. I'm going to make this a song.
Yeah.
So it really depends because when you're in the zone, being in the zone is a product of your emotions when it comes to songwriting, I would say.
Yeah.
So
Because
wouldn't
if you're
you?
not feeling anything, like say for example, if I'm not feeling anything, I'll just let myself just relax and not try to force it, like Diego said.
Yeah.
So then you relaxing and not forcing it's kind of. So what I'm actually trying to ask them, let me ask it in a different way. Like, what are things? So your zone would be you getting in a state of heightened emotions, and so you can kind of relive that moment. So what are
Mhm.
some things that can get you to get into that moment where you're
Okay.
continuously writing? So for me in baseball, I would um I would have to meditate before like every game. I had to take breaths, like
Mm.
big deep breath in, big deep breath out, big deep breath in, big deep breath out, and I have to feel comfortable with my swing before during batting practice before the game and stuff like that. And
Mm.
that's what would help me get in the zone and allow me to play freely and at my best.
Mm.
So those are the actionable steps that would help me to get in the zone. So what are kind of the steps that would help you to get in the zone? Because Emmanuel, yours would be in a heightened emotion. Like, you know what I mean? Like your
Mm.
zone's there. Like you were just saying when you were writing Obvious. So like what were kind of the steps that would get you to be in that state so you can write songs like that?
Mm. Let's see. I guess it depends on the context of the situation you're in and just about what you're obsessed with per se. For example, obsession could relate to what you're focused on. For example, when I wrote songs like Village and Yes Sir, I was really on uh I'm on a grind set mindset and I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna chase after these goals that are in front of me and I'm going to use God's gifts and abilities to the best. So I would say with whatever you're obsessed with, then you're going to easily get into the zone.
Mm,
Yeah. It really depends on the moment. Because when I was writing my Something About Love project, at the moment I was definitely feeling some sort of infatuation, maybe, or I was definitely having some feelings over somebody and just really channeling those feelings, letting them come out. I guess that's what got me in the zone to just like, all right, like you have all this bottled up, just start writing, just let it all out because you have something there, and if you let it out, it's gonna come out. And when it's organic, it's usually the best kind of work.
Mm. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't force yourself to feel sad to write a sad song because it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's true. I tried forcing myself, and that's why I've kind of moved past rap because whenever I try writing rap songs, I kind of force myself to, put myself in a aggressive or somewhat like chasing the money or like partying or things like that. And it feels forced. It's just not me. And if I don't connect with the song's not going to connect with other people, and
Mm.
it'd be a waste of time.
so I
Mm.
think right now you guys just this is gonna sound really rude, but you're just like not answering my question because I
Well,
think
if you,
no, wait, give me a second, let me finish because you really are like it literally is a zone and it's called a flow state. That's what it is. Like I guess you want to say like clinically or whatever. That's it's called a flow state, and I think you just kind of like you gotta like identify it, and I feel like everybody has one, especially you guys too with performing. So I think you kind of getting in that moment would be considered a flow state, and more so, I don't think you guys have done the steps to like recognize that. Like, you know what I mean? Because I suppose it's different for athletes because you want to recognize, you want to have the best performance every time. You know what I mean? You want to have the best performance every time, so you kind of want to repeat the same things in order to get that great performance, so you can continue to succeed and get more opportunities and all this. And I feel like everybody has it. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody has it.
So see, it's cool how you mentioned, Diego, about how you wanted to move from rap to pop. And I think that's really a good idea too, because the industry's changing. You know, we don't have old school rap as much anymore. There's still some goated legends out there like Freddie Gibbs. But I think it's cool how music is really changing and people are just accepting all sorts of different genres. You know, Post Malone, I don't even know what kind of genre he is.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of different
MGK is bringing it back to punk rock.
Yeah, punk rock's coming back. Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
interesting. You gotta find your niche, huh? Especially like for like artists like you gotta find your niche and your target audience.
Yeah,
you gotta make sure it works for you too. Because if you transition to, let's say I transitioned to pop and it was the worst music I've ever been making, that's not me. You know, we have to really kind of find exactly where you fit. MGK is doing great with the punk rock sound, and it's working for him. So, you know, if he's enjoying it and if it's working for him, hey, he just found his sound.
See, I heard something like, it's like Eminem really bullied MGK into pop punk.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
So what you said earlier about like about you like kind of you're finding pop, but like if it sucks, like that's kind of where that delusion versus like reality mindset comes in. Cause like with the Gary V's and the, let's say like I'm not gonna say Tony Robbins, but like the Gary V's are like, you gotta do this every single day and you're gonna be successful. You just do this every day. Like, but if it sucks, like you're just doing it for nothing in a way, you know what I mean?
Kind of, but I feel like, but then we go with,
it's always like grind set. You're always worried if you're not working, if you're sleeping, you're losing, like that type of mindset. And I feel like that's where it get lost in translation, especially with younger audiences.
Yeah.
They kind of don't know when enough is enough. They're just like, keep going.
Yeah. I mean, and it also depends on the way that you're measuring success, because people will keep going, even though in our eyes, they're beyond successful, but maybe to them, they don't feel satisfied yet. You know, because if you could keep working, but what really is success? And I feel like that's up to the individual, you know, because well, let's just go right back to MGK. Was he successful as a rapper? Maybe he has a couple hits under his belt, but maybe he's enjoying, maybe he's successful in finding himself through punk rock now rather than rap. Like maybe in rap he didn't feel satisfied yet. Now in punk rock he feels satisfied, and that's why he has changed and continued to do the punk rock sound, because he feels good. He feels like okay, I'm here. This is where I wanted to be this entire time. It just takes a while to get there. That's just the way I don't know. I measure success rather than on numbers and money and followers and all that. I measure it as like, okay, you finally found yourself, and that's kind of what it means. I mean, to me, to be successful. Like, I can go back to education too. I have a degree. That doesn't mean I'm successful. I'm not satisfied yet with just a degree. I gotta make sure I'm doing something. I'm working in something that I am working. I'm working in something that I'm enjoying rather than working in something just because I majored in it. You know.
It's cool that you say that too, because some people could argue that it could be actually about money. Because I remember having a conversation with someone about, you know, it's important to not do what you love to get money, because if you're doing what you love, then you're kind of short-sighted and you're not gonna, you know, see other possibilities or other avenues to actually get money or support your family.
Right.
And that hit me. I'm like, dang, because a lot of people nowadays talk about, oh, just do what you love to make money. But then in a way,
it doesn't always work.
Yeah. Like don't use do what you love as an excuse to not work.
Right. I agree.
And that really
100%.
hit me. I was like, dang, that's really true, because you still have to put in the work with everything you're doing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think that's when reality sets in, because for us, we're adults now, we're not little kids, like, and we just have a place to go back home. Like, we have to make our own lives and
Yeah.
continue going on, and facing that like tough reality and realization of like, maybe I have to work at this warehouse for this amount of time in order for me to benefit from it later. You kind of got to have that foresight and trust and wisdom in yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you don't confuse fun, which is like, let's say, doing what you love, with working all the time. Because, like, not that if you're lucky to do what you love and make money out of it, great, but you also got to make sure that there's an income coming in so you can kind of do what you love, you know.
Mm.
But in the way I see it sometimes is I should find a place that will both give me some sort of income and won't keep, like, and I won't be miserable in this place, so I can fund what I love, or even not even fund what you love, just to live in general. Because if I have a job, I don't like it, I leave. If it was a good job and I was enjoying it and I just left because let me give music a shot, it's not, that would, in my eyes, would be a dumb decision. If you're enjoying what you're working on and or what you're working in, and it's given it, you're working in it, you're making money, you're making good money, not that you shouldn't leave it to go after something that is probably one of the hardest things to break through in. Now, if what you're doing and it's hard to break through and you make it, great. You're living, maybe you're living the dream. But you can't confuse, I guess, living the dream with living in general, because you can't live the dream and live sometimes. I don't know that.
That's what I was saying, like relating back to like delusion versus reality.
Yeah.
That's kind of that point. You have to know when's a good time to stop.
Yeah.
Like, maybe this is the same thing with baseball. My dad kind of broke it down for me. He was like, well, just because you weren't successful at this, like, doesn't mean you can't find another hobby that you love that you can be really successful in.
Yeah.
That's why this is the podcast. Like, we're starting the podcast. There's like another thing that I love, I'm really passionate about. And I wake up and I'm like literally working on it all day, 24/7, whenever I can.
Yes.
It was kind of like another avenue where you could be successful into.
Yeah.
Because not only, you don't love just one thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't just love your mom and nobody else. You love lots of things. You have lots of hobbies. You like different things. And sometimes that thing that you're really good at turns into the thing you like.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting thought. I really like that, because it kind of really made me think back onto, like, related back to myself. I really like that. Yeah.
It's been drilled into my head for God knows how long, man. Because I told my parents, like, I want to do music, and they're like, okay, cool, but are you successful in music? Yeah. I'm like, no. So they're like, okay, go find a job, like, go find something that's gonna fund your life before, just quitting and then just doing music and it's not going anywhere.
In a way too, our parents kind of, they want to save us from hurting, so they're like, hey, don't do that, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of unknown territory to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I'm reading this book right now called The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. And something he notes about with what you said, Ernie, about how parents, they don't know, like, how should they know that this unknown territory is, good, because it's unknown territory. They don't know. And something the book highlights is that, oh, your parents are wrong for believing in finding job security or social security. And then I'm just thinking, like, but they don't know about that unknown territory, about how it could be good. Don't already lapse judgment on them just because they're ignorant of it. I mean,
so that doesn't necessarily make them any less wrong. It just makes them ignorant.
Yeah.
But going back to what you said, did your parents have any, like, things coming and wanting you to do things like when you were growing up, especially since you're the breadwinner, you're the first child? Did they have like a vision for you and like what they wanted you to be?
Well, there's the typical Asian stereotype, like, oh, be a doctor, be a lawyer, you
Exactly,
know.
like your parents are immigrant parents and they just want you to be successful.
Right. Yeah.
They
They
just
want
want
me
you
to
to be
find a
successful.
good, secure job.
And what they know how is successful.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's the path that they took to be successful, or the path that they took for what they think success is the safe route, if that makes sense. It's not unknown territory. It's
Yeah,
safe.
it's like a secure job
Yeah.
or a
Secure
secure
job.
lifestyle.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense, like you
Right.
can't judge them for that. But of course, they can be ignorant to the unknown territory side of things, but it's not a bad thing.
And
Yeah.
for us as kids, like we don't realize it yet, but it's that thing that you made and you love it so much that you don't want anything to happen to it.
Yeah.
Like, and we haven't experienced it that yet, but I can definitely empathize with that type of mindset. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's
It's crazy because we
then a
don't
lot
have
of the
kids.
times, like a lot of kids like blame their parents for stuff, but sometimes like they're just doing the best they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like especially immigrant parents with, where English is their second language and they're trying to figure stuff out in a new foreign language. Like, for example, when my dad was in Canada, uh he would tell us the story a lot about how he went to like, not a bus, but it's like a van with like a bunch of snacks and stuff,
Yeah.
where it has like an open window on the side of it.
Mhm.
Then he would say, hey, I'm hungry, I want a snake. Stuff
Mhm.
like that, just stuff like that, where he has to learn how to figure things out in
Yeah.
English to understand it, to understand different concepts from
And
different
it's
subjects.
kind of like selfish and self-centered to us too, because your parents have emotions and social pressures and things like that. Like
Mhm.
your dad saying that, imagine like the embarrassment he felt like
Yeah,
going home, like, you know what I mean? He's like, damn, I sound stupid. Just the same way we do.
Yeah.
So we kind of like gotta ease up and
yeah.
ease up too.
Yeah. And props to our parents, they're not from here and they've managed to build a pretty solid life for us, I believe. I believe that we're all doing really, really well. We didn't have to go through what they had to go through to live and to survive. And they've
Bro, to
had,
think 2 generations ago, my grandfather literally faced prejudice, like actual prejudice and racism. Like me having to deal with that now would be, I wouldn't even know what to do. So I'm glad that
right.
it developed.
Mhm.
Yeah, they definitely got us where we are. I think we can say they definitely helped get us where we're at today. And it would, if we had no one to, like, if we didn't have our parents, I'm sure it would have been incredibly difficult. We would definitely not be here.
Bro, it's extremely courageous to leave somewhere where you've grown up to go literally somewhere else. Not only that, somewhere where they don't speak the same language, somewhere where the culture's different, somewhere where you don't know like how they're gonna respond to you.
Yeah, totally unknown territory.
Extremely courageous, and they did that for, in a way, for the benefit of themselves and for you in the
Yeah.
long run too. Like
Mhm.
like for us, like let's say like me and Emmanuel were to move to North Carolina right now. Like we wouldn't we wouldn't know what to expect. Like I'd be kind of nervous because I've never experienced those types of people and I don't even know what to expect.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's so interesting. Like your parents were so strong and courageous that they were able to go out and literally move. Like my dad literally moved from Tucson when he was 21 to go live in Texas. Then he eventually married my mom. Then he came back. Like
Yeah.
imagine like the nervousness and the guilt and the embarrassment that he felt from like
Mhm.
him just moving and experiencing those types of people. The same way, just like us, like we put too much pressure and kind of like we're not really responsibility. We put kind of a little bit of responsibility on parents. Like we kind of blame them for everything. And we
We
have
do.
to start to realize like they're just like us too.
Yeah.
Mhm. They
Something,
only want what's best for us. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. Something that you said, Ernie, that really made me think about how it is with the patterns in our generation. So think of our parents, right? They immigrated from their homeland into a new unknown territory. And we're out here talking about how with our careers, we want to do more than just find a secure job. And we want to try to do, for example, some be a YouTuber, for example.
Oh,
I think
dude.
it's so interesting about, like, imagine our parents' probably didn't want them to leave the country because it
Yeah.
was safer there. It's just so like,
Bro, they're out here like facing prejudice and actual racism, and now they're looking at us like you're going to try to find yourself, really? Like you're still trying to love yourself? Like, come on, bro. Like I had to face people calling me
A whole bunch
wetback
of
and all this other stuff. Like,
yeah, like it's so interesting. Like we're really not that different from our parents, so we shouldn't put
we shouldn't judge them.
yeah, we
in
shouldn't
a
judge
way,
them.
we're not that different from our parents saying that we're people. Like
Yeah,
we're people
yeah.
just like them, and we're
Yeah.
gonna experience the same things. But I don't think that our struggles are less as hard as their struggle. Well, to a point, is less as hard as their struggles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every generation faces their own set of struggles that's really really hard.
Oh
And
yeah.
especially since
Definitely.
like so this is new and this is the first thing we're experiencing and we're all trying to figure it out. Like the later generations are gonna know because we went through it
Hmm.
and we already know how to tell them how to fix it and help them and everything like that. That's so interesting.
Yeah. Wow.
I
Yeah.
just recently started talking with my dad too, and he was being open with me and he was telling me stuff about our family and himself and how he grew up. And I started empathizing with him too. I was telling Emmanuel on the phone, I was like, dang, like he really felt a lot of the same things we did, just in a different form.
Hmm. Yeah. That's.
Is
I
there like
ta-
have you had like those types of talks with your parents? Like have you been like, hey mom, like how was it like growing up for you? How was grandma when you were growing up? And
well,
stuff like that.
I asked my mom. I'm like, how were you growing up? Because now, like, as you grow, you can kind of evaluate yourself growing up. And I asked my mom, like, what was your personality like growing up? Like, who, like, are you still the same person that you were back then? Probably not.
Mhm.
And that what she told me was it was kind of funny because my dad kind of ended up confirming that for me. That my mom was like, in a way, she thought like she was like, I don't know if we could say that. She was like a little cocky.
Mhm.
She was like, yeah, like, oh, she was low key above everybody else, and well, not maybe above. That might be it's a strong description, but she's like, oh, I didn't hang out with your dad's family because I didn't like the way they were, and I'm like, okay, but you ended up marrying my dad, so I'm like, what made you different? He's like, oh, I don't know, I grew up in the city and they grew up somewhere else and like in the village. I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, but your siblings played with my parents, I mean, with my dad's family and my dad's cousins and all that. Why you? Why were you this, this kind of person? And I talked to my grandmother about it, and then she was like, "Yeah, I might be." No, it wasn't just good at that because I've talked because I'm genuinely curious, and she was like, "Yeah, I feel like it might have been because we put too much pressure on your mom because my mom is a firstborn, and she's like, okay, you have to kind of follow set standards that my grandparents had given her, and obviously, I guess as you have more kids, they kind of like you kind of lose control out of them, and they manage to shape their own personalities.
Mm.
But the first child is always the child that kind of is molded in the way that your parents want them to be molded in, and not all the way, but
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. It's kind of your parents put all their chips on you,
mm-hmm.
like, and they bet on you to be successful. That's why they call it the breadwinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I look at it. So I look at it sometimes because my brother and I recently had a heated argument about it, about just things. And then uh, my brother, he told me, and it was a very, very interesting comment. He's like, no, dude, you haven't been through what I've been through because you were protected growing up. And I was like, what do you mean protected? Like, I don't get what he meant by protected. And he's like, yeah, bro, mom didn't let you go out like where you wanted to go out all the time. And I didn't want to deal with that. So I was going out, I was rebelling, blah, blah, so and so. And I was like, okay, you're right. Maybe I didn't go out, and maybe mom did mold me in this way where I'm kind of like, I feel like secure and I feel happy not going out to crazy places. But I'm like, you can't really blame that on mom and me, because sure, we grew up in the same household, we grew up with the same parents, but we made different decisions. I would not want to go out to, let's say, aggress like bad neighborhoods. I don't want to deal with that. Maybe you want to deal with that. Maybe you want to kind of experience that. I don't want to experience that.
They're kind of learning along the way as they go too.
Yeah, and he managed to shape his own personality in a completely different way that I was shaped, and I'm sure our kids are going to have some sort of similarities to us or to me or whoever their mom is going to be. They're going to be shaped in the way that the first kid will always have that sort of shape, and then they just kind of like branch out.
In a weird way, how your kid ends up or develops, he kind of gives you like your feedback.
Yeah.
And who you are and kind of like the area you live in and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because especially like, let's say like your brother and he went out a lot and she didn't let you go out a lot, probably because she saw how your brother was ending up. And she was like, I don't want you to end up like this.
Well, my brother is younger than me, which is the interesting part.
Okay. Okay. That's different.
So wait, so are you the oldest, Diego?
I am the oldest. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I felt like
he wanted the flip for your brother.
Yeah, he saw that I was ending up somewhat secured, and maybe I'll even call myself level-headed, a little more level-headed. And he didn't want to do that. I guess he wanted to just go out and experience things that I wasn't able to experience in a way,
I feel
not because not because I didn't want to. I mean, not because I didn't have the chance. So I just didn't want to experience certain things.
I feel you with that. That's how my brother is too. I mean, granted, he is more extroverted than I am, but
yeah,
he's definitely had a lot more experiences than I have because I just felt so secure, like you said, and just comfortable in my own spot.
Emmanuel, you got a blind reacts for us?
I do got a blind reacts for us.
I think it's time.
So Diego,
I'm excited. So everybody listening, this is our very first blind react. So
nice.
This is our special new edition for our very first blind react. So I'm excited for what Emmanuel's got planned for us. Keep in mind that one of Emmanuel's like jobs or tasks is to find these videos for us every session with the guests. So I haven't seen it, neither has Diego. So Emmanuel's the only one that knows what's gonna happen right now. So I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect.
Me neither. Let's go.
Hairy feet.
Oh no,
no way. No way.
Hold up. All right. So I know that Diego loves wrestling. And Diego, I feel like you might have seen this. I know Ernie has definitely seen this video. And Diego, I feel like you might have seen this video too. It's just I was watching this video again today. I just busted out laughing. It was so funny to hear it again. So share.
Let's see.
Dude, John Cena is jacked.
He is Aki, man.
Dude, he's jacked.
Oh, I've definitely seen it. I literally saw this like a couple of days ago.
In the Peacemaker, I don't know how they fit the costume on him, dude, because he's so huge, bro.
Dude, I saw him live.
Check it out.
Oh crap!
Oh, shoot.
Makes that triple XL look like a small.
I have just one question for you. Are you ready?
Am I ready for what?
What?
Who's this?
Are you ready for this Sunday night when WWE Champ John Cena defends his title in the WWE Super Slam?
Those echoes are hilarious.
Pay-per-view event for just $59.99.
I'm sorry, no, there is not any chance in hell that we're ever going to have wrestling in this house again. But thank you. But no.
Again?
Have a good day.
Again.
Hello?
And goodbye to anyone One standing in John Cena's takes on 6 men in a steel cage shoots and ladders match at WWE Super Slam.
Doesn't the phone have like caller ID or something?
Right?
So you guys just called me.
They probably put like
As
star
I mentioned
67
before, we're not
on
ordering
like
this, so please
every time
stop
they
calling
call.
my house. Thank you and goodbye.
Imagine.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Champ? Champ? Is Champ there?
Who is Champ?
Who is Champ?
That question will be answered this Sunday night. WWE Super Slam.
How do people come up with this?
Hey, sir.
Taking
You
on
need to quit
Sheamus.
calling my house.
Sheamus taking on Sheamus.
And even Triple H and the Big Show in a spit swapping makeout match.
Holy
WWE
hell.
Super
Listen,
Slam.
hello? Hello? Can you stop screaming in your little sirens and whatever that is? Can you knock it off for 5 seconds? Not interested. Stop calling my fucking house.
The Sirens. Do you not know who John Cena is?
Dude, get it right.
For
Some
real.
respect on his name.
Hello?
I'm watching you.
Imagine.
Excuse me?
That's exactly what The Undertaker told John Cena.
Excuse me?
He's champion in WWE history at this weekend's WWE Super
For the
Slam.
love of all that is stop calling my house before I get your number.
Dude, stop
I will
answering the
track
phone.
you down and absolutely tear you
Ladder.
to pieces. Do you understand me? I know you are. John Cena, crazy motherfucker.
Damn.
Popcorn.
Now, no wrestling, no super motherfucking slam is happening in this house.
Oh no. No.
I swear to Jesus, if this is wrestling again.
Okay, good morning. Hi, I'm just calling this morning to ask if you're a supporter of the United States military.
Oh my God, I apologize. We've been getting calls all morning. I apologize. And yes,
Fantastic.
Yes, I am.
Great. Are you a supporter of the Marine Corps?
yes,
Oh, no.
absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Great, because a former decorated member of the United States Marine Corps needs your support.
And his name is John Cena.
Bugging out.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? I can't even handle this. I cannot handle this.
Available right now at a low price of only $39.99.
Dude, she just got mean like 6
I
times.
can't
I
believe
know.
you're calling me. I'm about to lose my
Oh, that's so funny.
$39.99 is a pretty good deal. for
Another
pay-per-view.
one? Dude.
Another one. Have you seen
I
this already?
swear I'm about to call the police.
I didn't go this far.
You have a collect call from.
John Cena.
Will you accept the charges?
Oh, f- your mother.
Oh.
Listen, stop calling. Is listening not your strong suit? Because screaming sure as is, but you're not hearing me. Shut your f***ing beaten down brain from Super Slam and listen. I don't care if
Dude.
it's $59, $49, $39, or 39 I don't want it. It won't happen. It's not coming on my TV again. It won't be allowed in this house. You understand me? Never again will there be wrestling here
They're
in
playing
this
it.
house. He's
That's
going
wild.
through
Background.
closets
That's so
and taking out
bogus.
T-shirts and burning them and calling the police and telling you that you're harassing me. Stop it now. I am calling the police. Good luck to you. Have a nice day. Yourself.
Oh my
Damn.
goodness.
Oh my
Lord.
God.
What?
Hold on. Marie, this is the Z Morning Zoo radio
Hi.
show on Z104. How are you?
No.
What?
We've been
She's
phone
like not
scamming
testing
you.
us.
Your husband Donnie told us to phone.
We are all in a fight right now. Are you kidding me right now?
I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for you.
I couldn't believe the mouth on you had on you. Oh my
For
gosh.
real?
Well, listen,
I haven't had my coffee yet. Shut
yes.
up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Have a coffee yet.
Listen, we won't
I
be
felt
calling you
that.
back anymore. I promise. Okay.
Thank Jesus.
So you won't have to hear. You won't have to hear this.
Oh my god.
One last
You won't have
time.
to hear that
I swear to
anymore.
God, I was gonna go to jail, and I was bad.
Woo, that was
Oh
funny.
man.
That was funny. Have you seen it before, Ernie?
I've seen like clips of it, but I've never seen like
The
all
full
the way
thing,
through. I
right?
didn't even know it was a radio station.
Yeah,
like,
me
calling
neither.
it. That's so funny.
Oh man.
Dude, but why didn't you just not answer?
Right, that's what I was
Could've just
thinking.
put it down. Just like
Dude,
stop
that was so
answering.
creative though. They like masked it in different ways so she can.
So she picks up. Hello, is this
Yeah.
Champ?
Hi, is this
Champ?
Champ?
Who's Champ?
That question would be-
find out this Sunday. Dude, have you seen the Peacemaker with John Cena?
I haven't.
I haven't
dude,
either.
so good, dude. I just
I
saw
heard.
Moon Knight. I just saw Moon Knight, and it was so good. It was fire,
Ooh, I'm gonna watch that later tonight.
dude. He
Nice.
was Oscar Isaac was so funny. Was it his name's Oscar Isaac, right?
The
Poe Dameron. He's the
I
guy
don't
that
know. I
plays
haven't
Poe
seen Moon
Dameron. in
Knight.
Star Wars. Hold up. You haven't seen
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Yes, but I'm not.
I'm
too
not a
into
big
it
Star
like
Wars
that.
guy.
Yeah, his name's Oscar Isaac. Yeah,
Oscar Isaac.
dude, he was good. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know who. Yeah, I know who he is.
That was good.
Dude, seeing John Cena live is different. It's a different beast, man.
Oh, dude, those guys were huge, bro. Like I saw the Big Show.
Oh,
in
man.
actual live. That guy is massive. Then I saw Randy Orton and Wade Barrett. You remember
Wade Barrett, yeah,
Dude, Wade Barrett. When they were doing the whole like him versus Randy Orton thing.
yeah.
And Daniel Bryan was kind of like the nice guy. And then right before he turned into the heel.
Yeah.
Right before he turned into a heel and betrayed the Big Show. And he was walking around with the money in the bank and everything like that.
Yeah.
It was so shit. And it was sick, dude. Dude, but those guys are huge, bro. And the only thing I can remember was I was like, why are they so like glistening all the time?
Right.
Then I grew up and I was like,
Oh,
it's just body oil.
Yeah.
It's like baby oil the whole
They're
time.
so shiny and just like.
yeah, they are strong, dude. Props to
are.
them.
Bro, they're crazy strong.
No, the crowd reaction to John Cena was ridiculous, man.
Bro, and to come and to find out that the ring doesn't even have like padding under the mat. Like,
Yeah,
literally just
it's
straight
all
wood.
wood. Yeah.
Dude. And I was like, no wonder why. I assume like the reactions like they get are like over exaggerated on purpose, but I'm sure it still hurts.
Oh yeah, it definitely hurts, dude. I don't think Jeff Hardy wasn't going home without body pain, dude.
Dude, and they're always like tearing something, or they're breaking a leg, or they're breaking some fingers, and they're
Yeah.
constantly like performing with their like with something torn or strained, and
They have the
zero sleep. Yeah,
the stiff tape and everything. You know, before the pandemic started, dude, well, it had already began. We just didn't know about it like that. But me and two other my friends were starting a backyard wrestling company.
dude, that's so sick.
It was so cool. We
That's
we
fun.
had the independent contract. It was the legit contracts, but we had the independent contractor contracts. We had the ring was already being outlined. Like we had everything ready to go. We had the theme songs. We had the names for the pay-per-views or whatever. And
Dude, that's so sick.
it was so cool, dude. We had a whole roster page ready. We had pictures. It was like really starting our own company.
Mhm.
And we're like, okay, okay, guys, we're doing something in July, I think 22nd, 2020. We're like, it's gonna happen, whatever. And then the gyms closed, and then the parks closed, and everything closed. And we're like, all right, let's scrap it for now. There's no way, none of us are in shape. We're all like not ready. So, that fell apart. And then I'm like, all right, 2021, we got it. And then 2021, we all did our own things, and we're like, all right, let's put it to sleep. But we still bring it up. Everyone brings it up. Like we're like, hey, we're gonna call it SSW because my neighborhood is 2 S's and then W for wrestling. So we're like, Or like SSW match, and we still do it. Like whenever two of my friends like are arguing, even if it's like play arguing, I'm like, yo, I'll sign you guys right now, SSW. It's the funniest thing. But it's like an
10 minutes on the floor right now.
Yeah,
Let me see it.
I actually
Wrestling is so much fun.
I have a crew neck and it has a SSW
Bro, let me see
logo
it.
on it.
Let me see it. Go get it real
Show
quick.
us.
Yeah,
Hey, go get it real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, show us, man.
It's mad funny.
Oh, dude, but it's so funny because I really thought they were real. Like they were actually like that in real life.
yeah, it's
Dude,
all
when I was
just a
little,
show.
I thought they were actually like that.
It's
And
all
not
just
until
a
I got
show.
older. Yeah.
Like
I don't-
it's like wrestling's not necessarily fake, but it's all a show. Like
Yeah.
it's just fun to watch too.
I like the stories, but sometimes with that in-ring wrestling, it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Dude, they be
Crazy.
doing like hella flips off the top rope. They got to balance on the rope. And do a
Yeah.
full flip and land to where they don't hurt themselves or the other person.
There's a new company called AEW, and that's where like,
All Elite Wrestling, right?
all elite wrestling.
yeah, I like
and
watching that too.
It's good, dude. It's
Dude,
so
it's
good.
And they're
But
bringing all the WWE guys like Cody Rhodes and Kurt Angle and
Cody is on his way back. I think that's what
Oh,
I've
really?
heard. That he's supposed to face Seth Rollins on at night 1 of WrestleMania. Yeah.
every time
But-
someone makes a comeback like that, they're always like the good guy. Then everybody's like, yeah, I love him, even though everybody freaking hated Cody Rhodes. And
yeah.
what was his
He-
name? Dusty Rhodes' kid. Oh, Ted DiBiase. Remember? Was it
Yeah.
Legacy with
Legacy with Randy Orton.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm
yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
I know my stuff, bro.
Oh,
I had
man.
the video games and everything. I'm
Yeah,
sorry if I
The
sound like a
video games
nerd
are
right now,
So
audience.
much fun, bro. The
They
video
were
sound like a
fun,
nerd right
dude.
now.
Just like kicking butt in the video games. Oh, those are so much fun.
Yeah,
Dude, then
no,
like
those
your
games are
created
fun.
character in the video game, you like made him like super crazy and like just
With
beating
the
up
highest
John
stats
Cena
and
the whole
everything.
time. And he's like beating Undertaker's streak and all that. You're like, this is so funny.
Bro, I made myself the best heavyweight champion out there, dude.
Yeah, my
so-
guy had like a huge afro with like some little small trunks and like he was just massive.
So this is the crew neck.
Oh, that's sick.
It's a very
That's sick,
simple
yeah.
logo. We weren't gonna make it anything crazy because
What's
we
on the
didn't know.
back?
The back, it literally says staff because we were gonna be for everyone that was working it.
Ah, that's
Dude,
fire.
that's so
fire. That's actually
sick.
fire.
I still
Bro,
wear it.
you
I still
gotta
wear it. I'm like,
dude,
damn.
If you make more, send us one, bro. I want one.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Send
rocking
us
that.
some.
SSW staff.
SSW.
Let's go. That's so sick.
Yeah, no, it was a long shot, but man, at the time it was working, dude.
Wait, so you
I-
guys you said you guys had like contracts and everything. Did you guys like actually like print out the paper?
Yeah, I had one signed. It was
Wait,
hung
do
up on
you
my
guys have
fridge.
championship belts?
No, we didn't have that
Oh,
done. We never got
dude.
there. We were thinking of designing them together because it was really two of my friends that were really focusing on it, and we're like, all right, like let's make a nice belt, like one belt, you know, and then obviously different titles throughout the company, but just with the main belt, and that's what people would carry around. But we couldn't. We never got around to that. It got shut down. It was a pipe dream, dude. But damn, yeah. I still imagine. Like, imagine what SSW would have been, you know.
Okay, but like real quick question. Imagine how uncomfortable like most of those superstars are literally just wearing underwear.
Yeah.
Boots
Facts.
on.
Yeah.
Like they're wearing underwear with boots on, dude. Like in front of
Like,
Yeah,
tight, too.
right.
and they
Like,
don't call it
tight
underwear, they
spandex.
call it trunks.
Trunks.
Trunks, yeah.
They call them trunks. And this dude's literally wearing underwear with this little package like hanging out of the
Just
front.
right there.
It's literally
Yeah.
right there.
oh,
That's so crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's
wrestling.
funny, dude.
Oh,
Then
yo,
like
look
the
at what-
girls too, dude, they're just basically wearing a bikini unless like
Basically.
Yeah.
unless
like-
like you're Ronda Rousey and you wear like the MMA stuff.
The girls are doing great though. Like
Yeah, dude, the girls are
2019,
good.
their work was like top tier, like work. The stories were the best. The in-ring work was the best. Like props to all those girls, all those women.
Have you
my bad.
seen
all
have you
those women.
seen like the behind the scenes stuff of like the training to be in the WWE?
Yeah.
That
Logan Paul has a match on Saturday.
oh really?
Wait, a wrestling
Yeah.
match?
Yeah, he's teaming up with Rey Mysterio. I mean, he's teaming up with The Miz and facing Rey Mysterio and his kid.
What the heck?
That's
Yeah.
fire.
It's so crazy. And Johnny Knoxville's fighting too.
What the heck? Dude, what is
Yeah.
going on?
I don't know.
Dude, if you would have told me this like 2012 when I was like really into it and you told me that, I'd be like, what the? I was like, why? I'd be
Yeah.
like, why?
The stories were crazy back then too, though. Eddie versus Ray for the custody of Dominic, like that whole
Oh, dude,
thing
that one was funny too. That one
they were
was good.
fighting for the kid. Like that's insane.
That one was good. Oh, there was another one. What I was talking about. Then DX.
Oh man,
DX. Dude, I wish they did more of that now. Like they would just be brash and like
yeah,
not really care.
they don't have
Like,
that.
that would be
They,
way better.
they
I think that
tried
would
to
hit.
make that, but it doesn't work. I feel like since they're such a corporate company, they have sponsors, they have television deals, and it doesn't work. AEW does great, but I don't think they have as many sponsors as
Dang, that was loud.
yeah. I don't think they have as many sponsors as WWE, you know. So
Yeah, dude, I don't know how I'd feel like being in front of everybody with just my underwear on. Like,
I wouldn't
even-
wrestle like that.
Even being like, even being like super jacked, I don't even know how I'd feel.
I told one of my friends because he
Like,
hits the
dude,
gym
like,
a
what if a
lot.
nut slips out or something?
Hey.
Yo.
like, how would you even like cover that up? Like,
I'll
you
do the
can't.
Brock Lesnar. I'll wear shorts. That's the only way I could do it, dude.
Or
I'm
you gotta
not.
wear like the pants like John Morrison.
Oh, bro, John Morrison.
Dude, he was good back then.
That's Johnny Nitro too.
Dude, Johnny Nitro, yeah. Dude, I think my favorite was definitely Sheamus. Like when I was really
That was your
into it,
favorite?
Sheamus, definitely
Oh, man.
Sheamus. And obviously like John Cena. But my family really liked CM Punk when he was doing like the whole the pipe bomb. And they turned his
dude.
mic off when he would sit on the stage. Yeah.
Yeah, that was legendary, dude. That still
Dude,
gets
that was
talked about a
good.
lot.
That was really good. And he'd wear the Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I started liking
Man.
Stone Cold. That was sick. Dude,
Yeah,
then I
that
got
does-
this one game called WWE All-Stars, and they would just do
Oh.
like some crazy stuff. And they would like get the power up and they do like triple flip like, over the moon and like body slam them. Like it was so sick.
I think 2K20 or 2K19 had zombie mode or undead mode. It's the superstars as zombies. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
What? That's so-
Yeah,
It's
There's
kind of
a
like
new-
2K the video game, like for basketball, like it's just the same thing, just the roster like,
wrestling.
keeps getting updated.
I think they sold the rights to 2K. I think it was owned by THQ. I might be wrong. I think it was THQ or some other company, but they sold it to 2K, and now 2K runs the whole thing.
That's so funny.
It's
Was there
hilarious,
like
dude.
any other games like you really liked like growing up? Mine,
Wrestling wise,
honestly, I
or
was really good at Star Wars Force Unleashed too. Dude, that was my ish, bro. Growing up, Star Wars Force Unleashed, I was so good
Yeah.
at that.
Star Wars Force Unleashed, was that the one with Darth
Star
Vader's
Killer.
apprentice? Yeah, Star Killer.
Yeah,
gotcha.
on the PSP and on the Xbox.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, dude, I was so good at that.
What was
That's
the
my
new?
favorite game.
I confused it. That's Force Unleashed. What was the ones that came out for the new gen for PS4? I mean for
For
PS4
like
and
the
Xbox
PS4.
One.
So they're coming out. It's called like Star Wars. Like I don't think it's Old Republic, but it's Star Wars something.
There
I
was-
know they have a new game. They came out with the new one.
Well,
They
now with
call-
Gen
came out
5, I
with
think
Battlefront
with
2.
Battlefront. That's what they were. Yeah. Star Wars
Yeah,
Battlefront. Those were
Battlefront.
fun games. Those were really
Oh,
fun
Battlefront's
games.
so much fun.
I
I've
think
only
the
played it
name
twice,
was-
but it's so fun.
Oh,
Yeah, the main girl's name was Isla Versio or something like that. I think. Then the Jedi: The Fallen Order is the new one. Then they have the new Lego Star Wars game.
oh yeah,
Star
with the whole
Wars. Can't go
collection,
wrong with
right?
Lego
Oh
Star
yeah.
Wars.
Then they have Star Wars Eclipse. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
Dude, it looks so good.
I've been playing Lego City Undercover for the past 2 months, dude. It is such a fun game.
Oh, dude, those games went so hard. Like
That
when I
is
first
such a
got them.
Lego games.
Oh, dude,
Dude.
Indiana Jones and the Batman.
Lego
Oh,
Batman was
so
so
good.
good, man.
Oh, dude, I wish I had Lego Indiana Jones. I would be playing it right now.
I
was
had
so
it for
good.
DS, dude.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
we
playing
should
it on
play that
DS
instead of
and-
Among Us tonight.
Yo, I'm excited for
Yeah.
Among Us too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Among Us sounds fun.
That's gonna be
so
so
funny
fun.
that we bring up Lego games because Lego Batman, Lego Indiana Jones, and oh, dude, there was one more. Dude, I played a lot of Diddy Kong, like Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
dude,
Diddy
it
Kong?
was so good.
Yo, guys,
Diddy
speaking
Kong-
of Legos, Oh,
You're pulling out the
Let's
Legos.
go.
Okay.
I got them right up here. I also have a whole cargo plane, but I can't bring that down.
Let's go.
Yeah, you don't want to break it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember I got like Obi-Wan's old ship from like episode 2. And that
Yeah.
one was probably my favorite one. And it had the thing, it had the ship and it had the ring that you put the ship in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
Dude, I've always wanted to get the Millennium Falcon, but I never got it.
Oh, dude, me
It's so
too.
expensive
I feel like
too.
It
All
was
of us-
$500 back then, dude.
oh, dude, all of us dream about it, like getting the Death Star or the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
That's something
They-
we gotta do.
There used to be a Toys R Us here in Times Square. It was like
Mhm.
the biggest one or whatever, and they had a whole. They had like a Lego Buzz Lightyear build and Lego R2D2. I believe that was in the Lego store. But this one time, like I walked by and I saw the Millennium Falcon right there, and I was like not built or anything, but the set, and I was like, man, I really like this is what I want. I really want this so bad. And then I'm like, Dad, can we get it? And then he's like, well, let's see how much it is. And it's $500. And I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Like we don't need this.
Like
I
even
think-
when you're even when you're little, like you don't know the concept of money, but you're like, damn, like
Yeah, 500.
500
Like,
of those, like shit.
Yeah.
$100 back then was like, okay, let's chill out. But 500, I'm like, that's 5 of these bills. Like, no.
Yeah.
When you do that now, like when you're shopping, you're like, you already know what the price is gonna be, so you just don't even look at it.
Yeah, you're just like, I'll take it. I'll accept my fate. But I think
Like,
Legos
nah.
got cheaper now, though. I
Did
think they
they?
look cheaper. I think
Really?
so. Like think a set like a small like Lego City one you can get for like $15-20 rather than paying
Yeah.
like the $35-40 before.
Yeah, well, it's like about like for one architecture in New York skyline models, like $59.79 on Amazon.
So
Oh, wow.
the Lego Death Star right now is like, so this 10
Oh,
100
yeah, the Millennium Falcon. Oh,
$1,000.
a grand?
Wow.
But this one's like the very first ones, I think. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
People like the
Mhm.
like the
Yep, I know what you mean.
yeah, these ones are crazy.
What I always wanted and never got was a Lego Batcave.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's fire.
That was
Dude,
my
yeah.
go-to, man. I'm looking for a summer, but there's so
$800 for the Millennium Falcon off of the Lego.
That's
shop right now.
insane.
Even now, like I don't even think I'd pay that unless like I was doing okay and I was like I need something to do, so I'd buy it.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
Batcave right now goes for $50.
Oh, the Batcave.
Wow.
Yeah. I might have to pull the trigger on that. Because that's what I
How
never
do you feel
got.
about some of these like new movies getting adapted into like Legos?
If it
like,
works,
uh,
it works.
If it works, like
that's all it
Batman-
is.
Some
The
of them
Batman
don't
was
work,
works.
bro.
Yeah,
like,
Batman.
I
was
remember we were
perfect.
playing Jurassic Park like on your
My
cousin's
cousin's
PS4.
PlayStation. Yeah, PS4. Yeah.
And that one didn't work. I didn't really like it. I
Oh,
like
wait,
Indiana
wait.
Jones though.
Like, are you talking movies adapted into Lego games or Legos?
Yeah, movies
adapted
adapted
into
into
movies?
Lego
Oh, okay.
games. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't
mean-
mind. I don't mind them bringing in like characters into their own game, but to follow the movie, I don't know.
It's-
I'd rather have like free will.
Yeah, like
my
the,
gosh.
the Jurassic Park one didn't work because no one's a fighter in those movies. Like,
Yeah.
they
no
have
one,
the same moves, just punch. That's it.
Yeah,
But if it's like
Dude.
Indiana Jones or Star Wars or Batman or Lord of the Rings, that worked
Yeah.
out perfectly.
yeah.
I low-key feel like if we take advantage, like we don't understand like how cool these things are. Like somebody made like a whole fighter or a airliner out of Legos. Like I'm just looking up. I looked up a biggest Lego built, and somebody built like an U.S. airliner, and they built a
Dang.
yacht,
Damn,
like
that's
almost
insane.
like a life-size yacht, dude.
damn.
Like, and this one was a Millennium Falcon or an X-wing that you could get in.
That is
Dude.
insane.
Imagine like how cool that is, bro. And somebody made a whole stadium. That's so
Dang.
cool. Hold up, let me share my screen.
I feel like the weirdest thing was when they made Lego Minecraft.
oh,
Lego Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. That's
Hold up.
weird.
Okay, but look at this. I'm gonna share my screen. Dude, look at this.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Dude, this is what I was saying. I was like, look how people like we low key They don't even realize how cool this is because we see it all the time.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
Dude, look how big this thing is.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh my
out
gosh.
of little Legos to make that thing. Dude, the one that was crazy was this one. That was crazy.
Oh wow.
Dang.
Bro, if I ever I'm gonna take a girl there. That's the first date.
Is she
First
Korean?
Lego plane.
She Korean?
I hope so. We'll see. We'll see who could top that. We'll see who could top that.
Dude, we were gonna ask you like does she have to be Korean, or are you like cool with her like not being Korean?
I'm cool with her not being Korean, dude. That's just it's a K-pop craze, man. But I'm an open-minded person.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, some of these are crazy. Like, and people like invest like their whole lives doing this.
Yeah.
They made
Yeah.
a tower is
I actually know someone who graduated from Bethany and they were on Lego Masters.
Oh, what's his name?
no way.
Yeah.
Audrey Rundgren's boyfriend. Husband. What's his
Husband,
name?
yeah.
Caleb.
Caleb Schilling.
Season
Caleb's on
1 or
Lego
2?
Masters.
Season 1 or
Season
2? Oh, I haven't
Season
seen
two.
it yet. So now I have to see it. I know season 1 was great.
Yeah, Caleb Schilling, Lego Masters.
Oh wow. That is insane.
Yeah,
What?
he's from our college. Yeah.
Whoa, that is
Oh, dude, that's so sick. Dude, that's so sick. I didn't realize he was on Lego Masters. And he has a twin.
Yeah.
I'm learning new things today. That's so sick.
we take our blindfolds off. That's why.
He took our blindfolds off to Lego
Took our
Masters.
blindfolds
The
off.
Lego Masters. Hey man, Legos are elite, man. They are so elite.
All right. Let's share the screen.
Imagine how they felt like, you stupid, like someone's gonna build something out of Legos, like this little block, like are you dumb? Imagine in the interview.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cheesy Studios. I've got some exciting news to share. Perhaps you've heard, but my twin brother and I are in Lego Masters Season 2. You can follow our journey by tuning into Fox on Tuesday nights starting June 1st. Jacob and I have been building together our whole lives, but he went through a dark ages, I would say, for the last 7 years, but I was able to pull him along for the adventure of a lifetime. It is going to be totally epic. I'm hoping you'll join us and follow our journey. And until then,
Dude,
That is so cool.
wait, scroll down.
I'll scroll down.
Is there anything else?
I'll share it again. Anything else?
Wait, I wonder what he made. Hold up. What did he make?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at what he made.
Welcome to season 2
Exclusive
Lego
interview
Masters.
with Caleb for 58 minutes. I'm not watching that.
Wow.
I love you, Caleb, but sorry, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching a 58-minute video.
We'll watch it later on our own time instead of
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
That
dude,
is
they-
so cool, dude. That is
Yeah,
amazing.
it's dope. It's
that was cool. Wait, hold up. Let's look at like what they made. Hold up. I'm gonna reshare my screen.
Wait, now I don't want to get it spoiled, but I want to see it.
Oh no, I guess.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
trying to watch that.
All right.
Lego Master was great for COVID because we were on lockdown when that happened, and I was binging it on Hulu.
It's so crazy how like so many new industries popped up because of COVID.
Yeah. TikTok boomed, dude.
Especially working
ridiculous.
remotely. Working remotely kind of stopped people from kind of being like, you know what, I gotta go to work today. Well, you can just work off your laptop, like if you wanted to.
Yeah. And it's a confession to my previous employers. I would never wake up on time. Like I was supposed to be up at 9, dude. I was waking up at 1. And I'm like, all right, let's get to work.
We're on that CPT, bro. We're on
Yeah,
that
killing
CPT.
people time.
It was so cool. It was so cool. Look, as long as I got
And yellow's
the
on
job
the
done,
lighter spectrum, but they're still on that CPT time.
exactly.
That's funny.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that episode. We loved having Diego on.
I love being on. Yeah.
You can follow him on all his social media platforms. Would you like to tell the audience
Yes.
your handle
sir.
and where they can find you and your lovely music?
Yes. So on Instagram, it's at DIIREZ at Direz. Direz with the regular I was taken, with just one eye was taken already. So 2 eyes for Instagram. Twitter, Direz Music, and Spotify, DIREZ, Direz. That goes as well for iTunes, for Tidal, for wherever you listen to music. You can find me there with under the name of Direz. Combination of my first and last name. Fuse them together.
Diego Ramirez.
Yes, I just Direz. Yeah.
All right.
Direz.
Yeah.
Anything you'd
find me
like to
there.
let the public know?
Yes.
Something upcoming?
Spanish project out April 22nd. Korean inspired song in the summer.
Ooh.
And new album next year.
Ooh, let's go. Let's get it, man.
Yes,
go.
sir.
Get it.
Love to
Mhm.
see
All right.
it.
And Emmanuel, you got anything?
Yeah, you can just follow me on Instagram and all their social platforms at Emmanuel LKD. Check out the merch too, Lucid Dreamer merch out now. Link in the description. And hope y'all have a great day. Ernest, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, so you guys can follow me at _ERmenta on Instagram. Follow my lifting page at IV Lifts, IVLIFTS, IV Lifts on Instagram. That's my lifting and fitness page. Please follow that. And also follow the Blindfold Off Podcast Instagram at Blindfold Off Podcast. Also, we have our Patreon, so please donate to our Patreon so we can definitely get this going. If you guys love it, please leave us a comment. We really value those, or send us a DM, or send Diego a nice DM for coming on and being a great guest, please.
Appreciate it.
Donate to our Patreon. It gives us an opportunity and a window to keep going and maybe grow this platform. And that's basically all I have. If you guys have comments, questions, please put them in the comments. Please put them in the comments, and we definitely read those, or DM us. And if you like this video, please like, share it, and subscribe. It, please.
Turn post notifications on.
Turn the post notification on.
Yes. And share it with everyone you know who will enjoy this.
Please.
Thank you guys so much.
Please, it helps us out a lot. Please.
Thank you guys so much again. And with that being said, we are out. We are going to play Among Us tonight, so we will see y'all later.
Sir.
Y'all have a good day. Good night.
Later, homies.
Afternoon. Peace out.
Peace.